What tactical opportunities arise from a weak color complex? Have you ever wondered how a weak color complex can shift the dynamics of a chess game? Let's break down what this means and the tactical chances it creates. A weak color complex happens when a player does not control enough squares of a specific color. This often occurs when there is no bishop to cover those squares or when the pawn structure is unfavorable. Such a situation can lead to vulnerabilities that an opponent can exploit. First, let's talk about color weakness. This term describes when a player lacks control over squares of a certain color. The absence of a bishop that can move on those squares, combined with a poor pawn structure, usually causes this. Pawns are essential in shaping the board. When they occupy one color, they leave squares of the opposite color unprotected. Since pawns cannot move backward, these weaknesses are permanent. Now, what tactical opportunities arise from this situation? One effective strategy is piece placement. Knights thrive on weak squares because they are tough to remove. Positioning knights on these squares can create constant pressure and even lead to mating threats. Another opportunity lies in bishop trades. If your opponent has weak squares of a certain color, trading off their bishop that defends those squares can make it easier to take advantage of the weaknesses. This can open up the position for your pieces to invade. Next, consider pawn placement. Placing your pawns on the opposite color of your remaining bishop helps maintain some control over both colors on the board. This strategy, used by famous players like José Raúl Capablanca, can help counteract the effects of a weak color complex. Identifying a weak color complex in your opponent's position can also guide your overall strategy. This awareness can influence your decisions on piece development, pawn structure, and when to launch attacks. In practical terms, understanding weak color complexes can inform your strategies from the opening phase of the game. Choosing openings that lead to favorable pawn structures or bishop exchanges can set you up for long-term advantages. Even in the endgame, weak color complexes can be decisive. A player with a strong bishop and a favorable pawn structure can exploit these weaknesses to gain a significant edge. By recognizing and taking advantage of weak color complexes, players can gain a strategic advantage, leading to better control of the board and increased chances of winning.